As I travel a lot, I take some specific things with me on every trip. And that's why I needed the best packing hacks for my carry-on baggage, but also for my check-in baggage. And after many trips, I found the best way to travel light and minimalistic, but still have all of your travel essentials with you. And those tricks will definitely surprise you as they did me. So let's grab all our things and get ready for the top 3 packing tips for perfect traveling. Hey everybody, it's Rikugo, and the first packing hack is to use a side-by-side opening suitcase because they are much more convenient. You can open, pack and travel with them much easier because they have this separator in the middle and everything that you will put inside is really fixed. Also for me it's a necessity that my suitcase has 4 wheels instead of just 2 because this way it's much easier to carry it around the airport than with the 2-wheel suitcases. Also they look just much more modern and I don't even have a specific brand for my carry-on baggage because it's with me all the time and I know that I will take care of it. However, for my check-in baggage, it's very important for me that I have a very strong suitcase because you never know how they handle it, where they throw it to, so it's best to have a Samsonite or another very good brand so that you can be sure that your check-in baggage is also protected at all times. Also, a little tip that is very important is to add your credentials somewhere, your name, phone number, email, whatever, so that whenever you lose it, someone will find it and they will hopefully give you a call. And interestingly, I always go with all black. It's probably because it's much easier to pick them, I don't waste time on choosing the right color, and it's fitting with everything else that I have. And this leads perfectly to packing hack number 2, and that is travel with your essentials and not more. In general, I always try to travel as minimalistic and light as possible. However, I need to take some big electrical devices with me on every trip because of my work, so I really have to be careful with what I take with me so that I don't have too much in my bag or backpack, because as everyone knows there is like a weight limit. And actually what I take with me most of the trips are the following things: a basic outfit with 6 shirts, 3 pants, 7 underwear, socks and 2 shoes. Also I take my Vibrants with me all the time, even though I never wear them. I just love them and they are so light. Actually sometimes I wear them when I go into the water or when I just go for a hike. And also my blue light filter glasses are very important to me for electrical devices. I take with me MacBook, phone, Kindle, camera, bag, also with my to-go microphone. Even my drone I take with me all the time because it just makes awesome footage. My power bank, my light setup so that when I have an important call I don't sit there in dark, and also some cables and even my external storages. And my headphones. So as you see, it's really a lot, but everything I need, especially if I'm away for more than a week. Without my headphones, I can't have proper calls. Without my MacBook and without my phone, we don't even need to talk about that. And everything else really is important. Also, important documents, I always take with me my passport, vaccine card, my driver's license, and even my birth certificate. You never know. And then the last things I take with me are the hygiene essentials, and here I have my perfume, aftershave, shaver, toothbrush and my hairstyling products. It sounds like a lot, but in my opinion it's still minimalistic, because with this bag I could literally survive anywhere for however long as I have, well, food of course. And yes, it also depends on how long I'm away. For a short trip this is totally fine, but for a longer trip I also take more clothes with me and also some other office setup. Let's say my key light, I wouldn't probably take this one, that's huge, but maybe I would take my mice and my keyboard with me because I really love to work like that and not on the MacBook. So it always depends on how long I'm away. And now that we know what we will take with us, let's talk about packing hack number 3, and that is have a packing structure. I really love organization, and for me it's very important that everything has at least a little bit of structure, and that is why I always take 3 suitcases or bags with me where I put everything inside. Number 1 is the 4-wheel suitcase that I already showed you, and here I put in all of my clothes and my big electrical devices that I don't need on the plane, for example my drone. And also inside my suitcase I put a smaller bag with all of my hygiene essentials, because I don't need them on the plane as well. And in general, whenever I take some things with me, I put them in a separate bag or cover, because for me it's very important that the things don't get destroyed or scratches. And then number 2 is my backpack. Here I put in all the things that I need, that are important for me during the flight, for example, such as my MacBook, my phone, headphones, and also my notebook because I love taking notes. And also food and drinks, of course. I put those things into my backpack so that I don't have to grab to my suitcase during the flight. And also for me it's important that the backpack is waterproof because you never know if it's raining outside, and when you have important things in there you don't want them to get wet, especially not if it's electrical devices. And then number 3 is my shoulder bag. Sometimes I also have it around the waist, and here I have my important documents and also my phone. Also, a very cool tip is to put your clothes into an empty pillow, for example. That's actually what I did in Bali, and I just used it during the flight for my neck. That was 1, very smart because I had more space in my suitcases, and 2, it was very convenient. And when it comes to actually rolling or folding your clothes into the suitcase, I found out that that really doesn't matter that much. Most people say, yeah, only roll and then you have much more space, but actually the volume of the clothes, they will not change. They are just having as much volume as before, and as long as you don't just throw them into the suitcase, you will not see a big difference. What I also love to do, as I said, is really protect my things during the flights, and for that also socks make sense. If you don't have the perfect suitcase, you can even put your fragiles and breakable things into a sock and then into another sock and just put it into your suitcase, and it's protected very well. When you're packing your suitcase, make sure that you put your clothes on the outer side of the suitcase, and then you put your electrical or breakable devices, and then you put some clothes again on top of those, because there you have 2 benefits. 1, everything is protected very well during the flight, and 2, you can open the suitcase very easily and you don't have to waste a lot of time at the security check, for example, if they want to look inside. I spent so many hours at the security checks before just trying to pack everything together again, and now with this suitcase it's so much easier. Just open it, show them what's inside and close it again. However, if you're traveling with a lot of clothes too, I actually recommend you to check out compression bags. Here you put in your clothes and then you just make it even more tight, and there you're actually shrinking the volume of your clothes and you can put them into your check-in baggage. And then your socks are most of the time the last thing you put into your suitcase, because you always put them in the corner and into the holes where there is still space left. And before you start with anything, the biggest tip is to actually put everything aside, have a look at what you're going to take with you, and then think strategically on how you will put it into your suitcase. Because the worst thing ever is if you have to pull out everything again and do it one more time. I still do the mistake every time. Even though you perfectly packed your suitcase now, you should definitely watch this video about getting very cheap flights so that you don't waste any more money on expensive flight tickets.